So in this video, we're going to be switching out the VivoSun Aerowave for the new VivoSun Aerowave E6.
You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.
In addition to that, I really do not like these timers. They're clunky, they take up too much space, and they're just very, very impractical when you're trying to create like a smart grow system like this. And because of that, we are going to get rid of this, and we're going to make the Grow Hub control our VS1000 inside the actual grow tent. So this is how everything's looking right now. We have the VivoSun Aerowave sitting closer to the back. Then we have the VS1000 in front of it. And then we got our Arcadia UV bulb sitting at the front. Now, I won't lie, this setup is working phenomenally. The only issue that I have is that I'm lazy and I hate going into the tent and spraying it down with water. I don't like having to go in there and try to control the fans, and I don't like having to control the lighting. So with that being said, we're just changing the whole system so that it's automated. As you can see, all the plants are looking very green, looking very nice. All of them are relatively healthy. We had some plants that did not survive, but other than that, we got a good thing going. I want to say there is no problem with this OG Aerowave, none at all. But like I said, I'm lazy, so let's get to it. We got the original Aerowave out, and we're going to do a side-by-side comparison with the new Aerowave, the E6 version. So the biggest key differences between the two fans are that the Aerowave E6 is newer and it's automated if you have the Grow Hub controller. Now, I've already gone to the future, so I know how the E6 works and I know how it functions. And I'm going to let you know that between the two fans, they both function relatively the same. The E6 is actually smaller, but as far as the wind that it produces, it's exactly the same at the same settings. In addition to that, another key difference with the E6 is that you can adjust it to all the speeds in between. So with the Aerowave, you only have but a few settings, whereas with the E6, you can go between each one of those settings and hit all of those settings. Now, what caught me off guard was that the E6 has two cords. One cord goes to the controller, and then one goes to the outlet. Let me be clear about this one more time. The E6 is not powered by the USB-C cable. It is powered by an outlet. It is controlled by the controller, and that uses the USB-C cable. Now with that, we're also going to attach the VS1000 LED lights to the same controller using basically a telephone cable. This cable should have been provided to you when you first got the light, but if you didn't get one, like I said, it's just a telephone cable. Very, very cheap. Go out and get yourself one, and then you'll be able to control it with your controller. We're going to try as best as we can to keep these two wires that we're installing at the same time together. That way they don't take up too much space and then we're not creating more work for ourselves in the future. Now my whole goal with these wires is to try to keep it as close to the post as I can or as close to the frame as I can. That way I don't have to worry about Prism climbing onto them. And in the excess, we're going to use a zip tie to secure those, and then we're going to stuff it into the same exact area that the cord actually feeds through. To control your automated grow space, you can either use the controller or you can use the VivoSun app, which is actually linked up to the controller through Wi-Fi. And this is what we're left with. I decided to take the UVB bulb and move it in front of the fan. And this is because Prism is usually on this portion of the canopy rather than on the actual vines. The fan is working perfectly. I have it running for a few hours in the day at natural wind speeds to dry out the tent throughout the day. And then most importantly, that big timer that we had in the beginning is gone. All my VivoSun products are now working off of the controller. The Arcadia UVB bulb is still working off of that ungodly contraption, but it's in a whole different area. It's not sitting on top of the tent anymore. And that brings us to a 90% automated system. The only thing that I have to do now are water changes and add food to the tent. Other than that, if you like videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing, maybe even commenting in the comment section, letting me know what videos you want to see for the future. My name is Rice, and
You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game.